Hello to all my patrons, this is Ed, back again here with 20 funny things. So, I apologise for the lateness of this video, I had a number of problems. Not sure if you can hear it, but my mic seems to be much more louder than normal. On your end, of course, you can just turn that down. I don't know why it's coming through so loud through my earpieces at the moment, which is telling me how loud it is, but because it seems like it's the same settings as I usually have, and I had some problems, I'm just going to leave them alone at the moment unless told otherwise in the comments. So I apologise for that. But here we are again after some problems with a late video for Reddit Funny. Thank you to all my patrons. Of course, I've got a number of questions as well, which we'll go to in after the video here. So a few questions there. Thank you to everyone that asked me a question or post something. I try not to read them. I want to read them at the end. So let's do that. Plus I'll reply to all messages after this as well. Some people have sent me a few messages. So let's get into it here. The first one, and I'll be rating these from 1 to 5 to see how funny they are. By the way, Reddit Funny has 20 million subscribers. So here we're getting apparently the cream of the crop of things that are funny. 54,000 upvotes. Let's start with this one here. Let's give it a go. So it's a dog wanting to hold his hand. Okay, so he takes his hand away. It is a bit funny. It is a little bit funny. He takes it away and the dog wants to hold his hand in the car. That's sweet. I wouldn't call it funny though. I'd call it sweet. It's a cute video, as you would say. A Hallmark card commercial, no doubt, with some music in the background. But I wouldn't say it was funny. I'm actually laughing at myself critique the video. That's what's so funny, okay? I don't mean to get all serious about this, but I wouldn't say that was funny. It might almost be possible I don't have a sense of humour. That is, of course, a possibility. Here's another one. What a legend. Okay, so this must be a video. No, it is not a video. So what does this mean? 2-1 RBI double. First in lineup. It's the words under it. The kid must really love this. It says, has a crush on his teacher. What's up, Miss Stevens? Question mark. Okay, so a little bit of humour there, probably of an, it's just being stupid, I guess, these kinds of things. There's a bug in the house. Got the window open, it might go past the microphone. If it does, I have to pause the video and take care of it. There is nature around the house. There's lots of insects. Not as much as I used to see though, but thanks to all of the Roundup around there, I'm sure that a lot of the insects are dead except the big beetles. So this is this is a fake post, of course. It's got 67 upvotes. It's the state of the world. It really shows us the state of the world when they're upvoting advertisements. Number 3 here, someone needs to revoke my Photoshop license. Really? 5,000 upvotes here. Let's take a look. By the way, that one above, I don't find it funny. I find it like trolling. Obviously, the kid has written that message, so he's a bit of a troll kid. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? This is a serious world where teachers are engaged in these serious things. Okay, obviously that's nothing comparable. I mean, it's just a kid, being silly or whatever. But it's just weird. It's just weird in today's climate. Let's have a look at this today. Someone needs to revoke my Photoshop license. Okay. Do I find that funny? No, I don't. I don't find that funny at all. I find that an example of someone that's really, really bored with their job. So what's happened here, if you don't know, in Photoshop, you can draw these circles, right? oval things, and they have these little points at each end of them which you can adjust to make smaller and larger. So what he's got is, instead of using a mouse, obviously he's using a drawing pad, and he's just moving that back and forth, so it's making Michael Jackson's mouth move. This is what happens when someone gets really bored with their job. I know I'm laughing at it, but it's because it's ridiculous. That's why I'm laughing at it. It's not because I personally find it funny, okay? What do I give that? What do I give that out of 10? I mean 5. I give that a 1. It is a little bit humorous because it's so ridiculous, but apart from that, I don't know what to say. Okay, it gets a 1. Okay, it's a little bit humorous. That's number 3. Number 4, oh yeah. That moment when stuff just got serious. Okay, so he's paying money for the Kool-Aid. Is that it? Is that the joke? I do not get that in the least. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. I don't see why that's funny. That is, oh yeah, exclamation point with 7,000 upvotes. What is so funny about that? I am just out of the loop completely. Can someone explain what that means to me? That's number 4. Let's go to number 5. Dad ends son's basketball career in 17 seconds. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so there's Dad. The son going there. That is pretty funny. That's a 1 out of 5. There's definitely some funny stuff. Dad's got the tricks. Okay, you know, he goes right underneath. That's number 5. It's a strong 1. That is a strong 1 out of 5. That's definitely funny. Again, the measure of the scale is if it gets 0, it's not funny at all, which was that wolf and jar thing above with the house and the pigs in the window. That's a 0. This is a 1 because it's funny. So if I laugh, it's funny. But if it's really hysterical, it's a number 5. Will we find a number 5? Let's go to number 6. 69,000 upvotes. 69,000. Okay, that's a fair amount. All clear. Now you can go. Sorry, there's just a pop-up. I'll just be back 1 second here. Sorry, just a pop-up there on the computer. All clear, my other computer. All clear. Now you can go. Let's have a listen to this. So this is supposed to be funny. Remember, this is on Reddit funny. All clear. You can go now. Okay, nothing quite happening at the moment. Sounds like there's a train coming by that. And there's a train. It goes fast. I'm just laughing at the amount of smoke. It's an old coal. That's running on coal. That's definitely not something running on electricity. That is funny. Look at it. That's hilarious. Look, you can't even go through it. All clear. Quickly drive along now. That is a 3 out of 5. That is funny. I think that's really funny, actually. It's classic. Look, all clear, you can go now. By the time that smoke clears, by the time that smoke clears, there's not going to be anything left. Look at the way it comes out of the tunnel. It comes out of there in crazy style. It's almost like something. It is something from a different century, right? Yeah, it's hilarious. Look at it like filling the land with smoke. The Greenpeace activists must be like screaming when they see this. They must be rolling down over the side of the road. Al Gore would go crazy if he seen that happen. He'd start lighting fires. But it's amazing. Look at it. Look at the smoke from the top. Sorry, I'm going to get control of myself. That's a number 3. It's a strong number 3. How would I give it higher? If it gets to number 5, I might have to pause the video and come back. Okay? This is what we're talking about. Now that's funny. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, I don't know why I find that funny. It's like the train. Let's watch it one more time. Sorry, I gotta get control of myself here. Just let me pause the video. I'll be back 1 second. I'll be back 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I'm in control of myself now, and I just report on this like David Attenborough reporting on some kind of strange creature. This is the natural habitat, of course, of the train engine. Let's play it so we can see the humans. Look at it. Look at it. It's so crazy. That is crazy. Look at it. Look at it. It's like filling the world with smoke as it goes. I love it. I love that train. I wouldn't want to be around it though. Look at the amount of smoke. Look at their people's faces. They're just like waving their hands to get the smoke out of the way. I can't believe it. Look at it. Sorry. What's wrong with me? Okay, that's number 6. Let's get out of here before I die. I'll pause that there. Okay, so number 6 gets a number 3 out of 5. Very strong. Strong number 3 there. Let's go to number 7. It's really blowing up. I can already tell this isn't funny. The world's largest bounce house is now touring the US at 10,000 square feet. This bounce house is large enough to live in. Summer home. The rent is pretty expensive, but that's mostly due to inflation. If I could play the sounds of crickets, I'd do that. But I don't have the sounds of crickets. Hold on, I might be able to get them back 1 second. So let's go through the joke again. The world's largest bounce house is now touring the US at 10,000 square feet. This bounce house is large enough to live in. The rent is pretty expensive, but that's mostly due to inflation. There you go. 0 out of 10. Inflation being, of course, the inflated house. 36,000 upvotes. Come on, after this, you can be stronger, internet. The powers of the internet. That's a great one. What's wrong with me? Most people probably don't even find that funny. Let's go to number 8 here. This is how, that's 0 out of 5. This is how you get, this is 4,000 upvotes, this is how they get you. American evangelism couldn't stay further from the teachings of Jesus if it tried, I guess they mean. They've cut it out there. Elevation Church debuts water slide baptism. You know, look at this, man. I'm just going to be frank. I don't think big mega churches should be spending their money on G5 jets or water slides and things like that. They should be really using the money to do whatever other things, right? I mean, this water slide, what is that? Okay, so, Jesus lived humbly. Very humble individual. Lived simple and simple means. Okay? It wasn't about water slides. It wasn't about reptilian Vatican halls. Or, let's get away from that. But it isn't about the big gold calf on the hill. It's really just about a way of life there. 0 out of 5. Actually, looking at that just makes me slightly depressed. Man, it's just... Let's go to number 9 here. Let's pull it back. Let's pull it back to Funniesville. Meat service. The quotation marks are disturbing. Ring bell for meat service. Don't understand why that's supposed to be funny. It's a butchery. I mean, you can see, or it's in a grocery store, you can see the sliced ham and bacon in the background. If you want service, ring the bell. Whatever. Okay, that's a 0. That's 1, 2. That is 1. Sorry, that's a 0 out of 5. I was trying to think about the joke. My mind went blank trying to think about what it means. The quotation marks are disturbing. Meat service. Out of the loop on that one. 0 out of 5, definitely. Then again, I'm just not in the loop in a lot of these. Number 10. This is 20. How many upvotes does that have? 3,000. Well, this one should be better. 23,000. I've never felt more guilty uninstalling a program. This is classic. This is a little bit classic here. Okay. What program is this? This is Discord. I thought we were friends, and it's crying. Bear's crying. Uninstall. Contact a friendly support bear. Uninstall your bear. Removing bear food from hard drive. Drying bear tears. Bear's girlfriend stops calling you. Buffing claw marks off motherboard. I guess it's just a program this person's uninstalling. I think this is just Discord in the background. I mean, I don't know. It looks like Discord, but I don't know what program that is. Maybe they just got Discord open. I don't know if it's funny, though. I might have laughed at the beginning, but I'm looking at that and wondering, is it funny? Well, I guess it's a 1. I guess it's a 1 out of 5. I mean, it did make me laugh. This toy is too real. USA doctor kit includes stethoscope, bill for $98,000. Doctor's bill, $98,000. I don't know. That's kind of a weird... It's quite a cynical toy for a child, isn't it? It's kind of quite cynical, actually, isn't it? Why would you put that in a toys kit? Most of these toys aren't made in the United States. They're made in China. So maybe there's a translation error there. It's number 12. Get 0 out of 5. Number 13 here. What Canadians do in their spare time? You are awesome. The world is better with you in it. Okay, it's a nice sentiment. That's nice. Okay, it's a nice thing to do. But that's not funny. Okay, that's humor, not humorous. That's good-spirited. That'd be Reddit good-spirited, not Reddit funny. What Canadians do in their spare time? Am I not getting there? Is there a joke here or something? I'm not getting it. Yeah, I don't get it. Is there something like with the lettering? Because some of these seem more bolder than others, the lettering. But I mean, maybe I'm just looking at it a bit too deep there. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem to spell out anything either. It's a 0. I mean, what can I say? It's not funny. What are we up to? This is 13 now, right? Tyrone knew. We all laughed. But Tyrone knew all along of the flood coming. And he's got a car which has got hydraulic suspension in it so he can pull himself up above the water. Well, I mean, it's good in a flood, right? You can do stuff like that. Right now, he would be lower, but I missed the joke as to why that is fun. I mean, I get the way it's kind of supposed to be funny. Yes, it's a flood, and he's using his lowrider. He's using his hydraulics in order to stay. But apart from that, I mean, I don't really see what's so funny about that. 1,600 Tyrone knew. 0 out of 5. We're off to number... That's an advertisement. We're off to number 15. Let's go for our final 5 here before we go to questions from my patrons there at the Outer Dark, patreon.com/The Outer Dark if you're not one of my patrons watching this video. Let's take a look. White power. I mean, is there... Okay. Blue power, red power, green power, well high. 5.2 thousand upvotes as a play on white power there and the inability or something for this person to say it. Gainer. I don't think you can make jokes. I don't think jokes are funny usually if they are too complicated and entwined in some kind of political narrative. Or in this case, you know, things. So it's a 0. Okay, we've got to get some funny things here. Hopefully this is it. Lol, I have one like this now. Let's take a look. Okay, let's play this here. Little kid, turn off the lights, going to sleep. He puts on the blanket, shuts the door. She goes, turns on the light. Yeah, I find it funny. I mean, look, the narrative of it, if it was like, was a night cam or something, might be a little bit funny. But it's not. He set it up. There's someone panning the camera there. So it's acted, right? Because look at the pan of the camera. You know, the camera pans over to her. There's someone behind the camera. It's a play. If it was a night vision camera and she tried to get out of bed and turn on the light, yes, that would be a bit humorous. But under those conditions, all it is really what it is. It's just, you know, someone's constructed a little humorous little thing that gives it 0 out of 5. 17 here. Decided to add a little something to my co-worker's truck. Big in the streets, small in the sheets. Okay, so it's a joke as to the husband's genitalia there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's okay. Look, there's a bird outside if you heard it. Well, it's a 0. 18 here. This is lowbrow and crude, but I love it. In the 1999, the movie Dick about Nixon came out, and it didn't stop playing at the drive-thru in the theatre all year long. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, it's not funny. I feel like it's actually making me depressed now, actually, strangely. There's nothing like getting a series of bad jokes until you just sit there and it starts bringing your mood down. Okay? It's like, actually, it doesn't make you depressed, it kind of makes you a bit sleepy. It's like some kind of strange hypnotism and your eyes are going back and forth because you're like, it's kind of boring. I don't know what to say. It kind of feels like that. I don't know. Was that 18? Doesn't matter. We'll do 2 more. What street do you live on? Well, the street you do live on, I live in a house, etc. Well, what street do you live on? I live in a house. I don't even have to explain that one. I mean, why it's not funny. I don't think anyone listening to that would find that funny. 14,000 upvotes. Are you joking? There's 14,000 people that found that funny. 14,000. I don't know what to say to that. Look, everyone has a different sense of humour, right? I laughed at a train. Most people don't probably want to find that funny. Here we go. You understand underestimate my imagination. It's over, Christopher Robin. I have the high ground. Because he's standing on the thing there. 86,000 upvotes. You underestimate my imagination. It's over, Christopher Robin. I have the higher ground. References, of course, to Winnie the Pooh, famous English serial there of books for children. Do I find that funny? No. No, I do not find that funny at all. In fact, I think if I had to take 10 things to an island for the next year, that joke would be the absolute end of any list I would ever be associated with, because I would never take that joke. I don't even want that joke in my mind. I wouldn't even call that a joke. That is -5. That is negative. That joke is just like... It's the kind of thing you put on a psychiatrist's wall, and they walk in and look at it and they don't understand it, and they look to the psychiatrist and say, what does that mean? And the psychiatrist says, I don't know, why don't you tell me what it means? Yes, what does that mean? And that's 86,000 upvotes. Is there a conspiracy? I don't know. Okay, one more. No money for a dentist, no problem. Okay, so what this person's done is they have cut a picture of someone's teeth out of something here, and then they've placed it in their mouth. It's humorous. It's the kind of joke that you would do at primary school, or if you're 10 years old, or maybe 9. Maybe it's too old for 10. And you're 9 years old and you're sitting at your desk and you see a magazine and you cut something out and put it in your mouth and everyone laughs at you for 3 seconds. But is it an adult anybody past the age of like 15 would find funny? Well, 1,400 people did. Last one here. This is not a magazine. If men's interest magazines were treated like women's interest in publications, 25,000 upvotes. Anchorman quote, still funny. I prefer shrubs to most people. 10 ways to skip foreplay. Okay, I get it. People don't like Cosmopolitan. They think that it's sexist or something that women have magazines. Look. Okay, I don't even know if that's a statement. Just overall, it's not funny. But if that's the kind of statement, I'd say this. Women will read the magazines they want. So if they don't like the magazines, they wouldn't read them. It's just like me. Why would I read the I don't read magazines. But if I did, why would I read magazines I don't want? So there's something in the engineering. I just don't get this. Like, this is just something, I don't know. It's subversive tactics of some description. Yeah. I'm posting these on the Secret Journey channel in case you're wondering, so they're just on there. If anyone, and it's not only my subscribers that see this, it might be my patrons, but if anyone came across my channel or watched these videos, they wonder, what's wrong with me? Why would I say something like that, like it is a conspiracy? Well, talking to the person that reported on a reptilian in the Vatican, okay? One more for good luck's sake. And it's not going to be... Well, let's have a look at Yahtzee, I guess. Okay, we'll do 2. We'll do that one and then we'll do this one. So we're getting a couple here. Apparently this is hilarious. Well, let's get some info on it. 4,000 upvotes on a 20 million subscriber here. Yahtzee. And a dog throws in a ball. Yeah. It's not funny. I was hoping for more. 26,000 upvotes. Lots of girls taking Instagram pics at the beach today. My GF is the one snorkeling. Look at all of the Instagram pics. We're doomed, aren't we? We're doomed civilization. This is it. This is the state of the world. It's the state of the world now. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We got one good joke out of there, which was a number 3 for the train coming through the tunnel. At least for me. What was your favourite joke? Let me know, of course, in the comment section. I do check the comment section as Secret Journey. You are so yummy, Ed, says Petra. Thank you, Petra. Ed, get the hell off devices. They are all humanity killers. Do it. I'm trying to get on less devices. Okay, I don't turn on my cell phone only when I need to make a phone call. That's the only device I have. That's a device. I have all the Wi-Fi turned off. Could do more, I guess. Thank you, Petra. Thank you so much. Here is Stuart Steel Beer in Hand. Yikes, that pufferfish reminds me of that classic honey badger vid on YouTube. I've seen a lot of honey badger vids. Now there is a tough animal. There is a tough animal, alright. Honey badgers are incredibly smart too. Extremely smart. They're kind of like dolphins in their intelligence level. They keep on escaping. There's a good little documentary on honey badgers escape. If you want to Google that. Honey badgers escaping. It's supposed to be around about 20 minutes. It's a great little video there. Here's Katie. That firewall said firefall. Ah, yeah, that's that waterfall that had the fire going down it, right? With the ice mountains in the ice in the background. So it said firefall. Huh. I don't know why that would happen then there. I think that's must be Photoshop. Thank you, Katie. Simon Matthews, hi Ed, another array of fun things about the internet, and the octopus demonstrated how quick they can move and camouflage itself in an instant. Keep up the good and love it when you laugh. Thank you, Simon. Thanks a lot there. Yes, they can move extremely fast and camouflage themselves literally within an instant, like Simon outlines. They're beautiful creatures. Incredibly intelligent as well. I'm going on about animal intelligence, but an octopus is right up there. By the way, I don't know where that octopus was. That the World Cup, soccer World Cup. I never follow it myself. I just seen it on the news. But there was an octopus that was predicting the results. Where he ended up in a cook pot. It's kind of sad. Here is Big Kenobi here. Hi Ed, I think the invisible cosplayer is a small person in there, and that jacket is giving the illusion of lack of depth by completely hiding the person who should be sticking out the back. So the extra space in the front is more pronounced and believable, and probably a slight angle to the illusion of depth to the invisible abdomen. I think it's freaking brilliant. Yeah, I never thought about that, but you're right. It could be a very thin person. When you're looking at the front, it gives you that depth field, and they're just slightly behind that big hole. So, yeah, I mean, you totally could be right. I know the dimensions of the height is totally out of proportion to the shoulders of where the shoulders should be. So there's definitely some playing with dimension and also visual cues, the kind of cues that'll get, that kind of fool people. Illusionary magician tricks, so to speak. There's a lot of these tricks when they cut people in half on stage or make people disappear in half and things. Usually these types of things. But yes, it's definitely a great trick. I thought it was a great cosplay trick. Thank you there, Kenobi. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right there. Let's take a look at the next one. Here it is. Tom here. Ed, you are the Simon Cowell of Reddit. You should start a YouTube channel where you go through Reddit's threads and you're never impressed. You can call it the Ed Factor instead of the X Factor. I don't know if you're aware how funny it is to others when you read a list of bad jokes then conclude with, this isn't funny, this is a psyop. I know, I mean, I got to get control of myself. just because I don't laugh at something, you know, I should realise, doesn't mean it's a conspiracy. I'm afraid I've been down the rabbit hole too long, so when I see a bad joke, I think there's something sinister behind it. Yes, it's propaganda. No, sometimes it's just a bad joke. Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, I do post them on Secret Journey, but it's just to make it easier for you to, you know, so you can comment on them and they're out of place a bit than, you know, other than that. It's not monetized or anything like that, Secret Journey. This isn't funny, this is a psyop. It requires a special kind of talent to take something that isn't funny and make it hilarious, or something that isn't amazing and make it memorable. Well, thank you so much for that, Tom. I really appreciate that. You get some enjoyment out of this. Well, thank you to everyone, all of my messages there, all of my comments. Again, if you find anything funny, flick it in there, or you find a link, you might want to flick it in there. By the way, what was everyone's favourite out of that list? I did like the train. Did anyone find the train funny? It's a big question in the room. Did anybody find the train funny? I found it funny. I couldn't control myself, as you probably... I had to pause the video. I had to pause the video and walk around. Are we on the right... I thought for a minute I was reading the questions from a different thread. Anyway, I apologise for the lateness of this video. Most of you will probably see this in the morning or through the day or whenever. And I apologise for that. There was something wrong with this mic, so it was really loud. There are a number of different problems, but that isn't an excuse. So I was a few hours late. But that is what it is. I apologise for that. I look forward to these because at least I get to spend some time doing a little bit of humour, trying to find humour anyway. The quest for funny continues next time. Or the quest for amazing things. Maybe we'll do amazing things next time. We'll look at some amazing pictures or something. I don't know about the jokes. But you know what? That Reddit funny wasn't too bad. I mean, we went through 20. Got a couple of number ones out there, so that's not too bad. And then we got a number 3, so it's like mining for gold. You have to just like kind of mine for a little while. I can imagine Al Gore's face and he sees that train go past. He would die. He would start screaming at the top of his lungs that the train is destroying the planet. Maybe it is. I mean, that's some heavy carbon monoxide, Al Gore. That's like everything the entire world is against. They should fly like a freedom flag on that train. Okay, that train is allowed to exist because everyone's offended by it. In fact, you know what? Everyone's so offended by that train. That train should be declared a national monument. I remember once, can't remember the time. I think it was in New Zealand. I can't remember the time now, but there's this diesel truck. I was looking at it, and it was blowing such huge waves of smoke into my car. I was like, couldn't hardly even see. And both the windows went up. It was one of those things where it's so abnormal, you just kind of get a daze over your eyes and wonder what's happening. You know, was this? Am I dreaming? And it was like these big clouds of smoke. Oh yeah. Well. You know what laughter is? It blows the cobwebs off the soul, I think. You know, it makes you feel good. When you laugh, there's some endorphins. It's a cure to the madness. In the meantime, though, this is Ed from the Outer Light channel. Obviously, you know that. That's called stating the obvious. Okay, so... let's start again. Let's be normal. Let's be a normal person and sit up straight. Okay. Okay, so this is Ed. Thank you so much for your support. I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. I cherish these times. I get to interact with everyone, or at least read your comments and things like that. It's a very nice thing to do, and it's very nice that you're supporting me as well. And I hope you like these videos. In the meantime, stay safe, take care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of the night, day, morning, or wherever you are, and I'll see you all tomorrow, as a matter of fact, because I'll be back with another video. In the meantime, though, I'll see you all later.